Title: The Eternal Night and the Flame of Hope. The world around you is shrouded in an endless night. No stars, no moon, just an expanse of inky blackness stretching into infinity. There is no light, no warmth, only cold silence. In this vast and oppressive void, you stand alone. The air is still, almost suffocating, as if the night itself is holding its breath. You feel an eerie emptiness surrounding you, but deep within, there is a flicker of something, a whisper. It is the voice of hope. For as long as you can remember, the night has never lifted. The sun never rises, and the world is frozen in this eternal darkness. It is a world where people have lost their way, their purpose, and their hope. But there is a legend of a flame, a tiny light that can banish the dark. This light is said to reside in the heart of the world, a place where the eternal night cannot reach. It is said that only those who possess true courage and unwavering belief can find it. You have set out on a journey, guided by the faintest glow in the distance. It is not much, just a soft shimmer, like the last spark of a dying fire. But it is enough to guide you forward. Every step is a struggle. The darkness presses against you like an unrelenting force, trying to pull you back. Your legs feel heavy, your breath shallow, but you keep moving. The flame is out there, and you can't give up now. As you continue, the darkness becomes more oppressive, more suffocating. The air grows colder, and strange shapes seem to flicker at the edges of your vision, shadows that whisper your name, their voices cold and cruel. They tell you to stop, to turn back, to give in to the darkness. But you keep moving forward. You remember the words of the old sage who once told you, "Hope is a flame that can never be extinguished, no matter how fierce the darkness." You must believe, and you must continue, even when the way seems impossible. The shadows grow more menacing, twisting around you, reaching out to snuff out your courage. You feel the weight of despair pressing down, threatening to crush your spirit. But you press on. Your heart beats in rhythm with your footsteps, each one a testament to your will. You are determined to find the flame, no matter what it takes. After what seems like an eternity, you reach a clearing. At the center, a single flame burns, its light flickering in the darkness. It is small, but it shines with a warmth that cuts through the cold night. You approach it slowly, reverently. The flame dances in the still air, casting a soft glow around you. It is the light you have been searching for, the hope that you have longed to find. It is the last beacon of light in a world consumed by darkness. As you reach out to touch the flame, you feel a warmth spread through your body. The light fills you with a sense of peace, of belonging. For the first time in what feels like forever, you are no longer alone. The darkness recedes, just for a moment, and you realize that the flame is not just a light, it is the embodiment of hope, the promise that no matter how dark the night, the dawn will come. You stand in the presence of the flame, and for the first time, you understand its power. It is not a flame that will burn away the darkness immediately, but it is a light that can grow. It is the hope that lives within you, within all who choose to believe. With the flame in your hands, you begin to walk back, knowing that the darkness may still linger, but it will never overcome the light within you. You carry the flame not only for yourself but for all those who have lost their way, for all those who still wait for the dawn. As you walk through the dark world, the flame grows brighter. The shadows recoil, the cold begins to lift, and the stars once lost begin to reappear in the sky. The night is still long, but the hope you carry is enough to make it through. As you continue your journey, the first light of dawn breaks through the endless night. It is faint at first, just a glimmer on the horizon, but it is there. The darkness, which once seemed eternal, is now retreating. And you know, deep in your heart, that this is just the beginning. The flame of hope that you found will guide you and all those who follow, through the dark times ahead, toward a future bathed in light. The eternal night is over. The flame has been lit. As you walk through the vast, once foreboding landscape, the light within you begins to grow even stronger. But with this newfound strength comes an unsettling truth: the darkness is not finished. It lingers in places unseen, in the hearts of those who have forgotten the power of the flame. The light you carry is not just your own, it is the light that must be shared, that must be kindled in others. But the path ahead is not easy. Along the way, you will encounter those who are lost in the shadows, trapped in their despair. They have forgotten what hope feels like. They have seen the night as their only companion for so long that the idea of light, of warmth, seems foreign to them. To them, the flame you carry may seem like a lie, an illusion. But you know better. You have walked the path of the eternal night. You have seen the darkness for what it truly is: temporary, fleeting, and weak against the power of hope. And so, you must continue. You must offer your flame to those who cannot see it, and help them to find the light within themselves. As you journey forward, doubt begins to creep into your heart. The burden of carrying this flame, of keeping it burning in a world that seems indifferent, weighs heavily on you. There are days when the light dims, when the flame flickers and seems on the verge of extinguishing. You ask yourself, is this light truly enough to banish the darkness? Is it enough to heal the wounds of the world? You are confronted by the harsh realities of life: the pain of those around you, the suffering, the betrayal, the endless cycle of loss. At times, it seems as if the night is too great to overcome. The flame flickers weakly, and for a moment, you wonder if you can keep going. But in the quiet moments, when you are alone with your thoughts, you remember the first time you saw the flame. You remember how small it seemed at first, how insignificant it felt against the vastness of the night. Yet, over time, you saw how it grew, how it spread warmth and light, even when the darkness tried to devour it. The flame is not a one-time spark, it is an ember that must be nurtured, carried, and shared. And so, you gather your strength, reaffirming your commitment to the journey ahead. The flame is a symbol of resilience. It is your promise to the world that no matter how dark the night, the light within you will never be extinguished. You continue your journey, offering the light to others whenever you can. Slowly, others begin to notice. One by one, people start to emerge from the shadows, their faces illuminated by the glow of the flame you carry. Each one, at first hesitant, then awed, begins to believe again. They feel the warmth of the flame, and it rekindles something deep within them: their own light, their own hope. Together, the small group of wanderers and seekers you have gathered moves forward. The light grows brighter as you come together. And though the night still lingers around the edges, the light within the group becomes a beacon that the darkness cannot touch. In the distance, you see a new dawn beginning to rise. It is faint, but unmistakable. The horizon, once a black void, is now tinged with a soft, golden light. It is a sign, a promise that the journey is not in vain. And you realize that hope is not just a flame to be carried, it is a fire that multiplies when shared. Each person who holds the flame carries it forward, passing it on to those they meet. The eternal night is finally beginning to lift. As the new dawn breaks, the world begins to transform. The once unchanging, oppressive darkness begins to retreat. The stars shine brighter, the winds grow warmer, and the world is bathed in a light that feels like a fresh start. But the journey is far from over. You now know that the true power of the flame is not just in lighting the way, it is in awakening others, in inspiring them to carry the light forward. The eternal night may have been banished for now, but there will always be more darkness to face. More challenges, more trials. Yet, as you stand at the threshold of a new day, you know that as long as you carry the flame of hope, no night will ever be too long, no darkness too great. For within you burns a light that cannot be extinguished. It is the flame of all those who dare to hope, who dare to believe that no matter how dark it gets, the dawn will always come. The world is no longer the same. The light of hope, once a flickering ember, has grown into a powerful fire that now touches every corner of the earth. The eternal night has ended. The darkness has been overcome. And as you walk toward the horizon, the light of the new dawn shining at your back, you know that this journey is just the beginning. The flame of hope lives within you, and it will continue to guide you through whatever lies ahead. For as long as there is hope, there will always be a light to guide the way. As the new dawn continues to rise, you begin to understand something profound. The flame you carry is not merely a symbol of individual strength, it is a beacon that unites all who are willing to hold it. The more you share it, the brighter it becomes, and the more others are drawn to it. The darkness, which once seemed all-encompassing, now begins to shrink in the face of this collective light. You find yourself in the company of others who have also been on their own journeys. Some have sought the flame for years, others have just begun their path. Together, you form a circle, a community bound not by blood, but by the shared belief in the power of hope. Each person brings their own light, and together, you create a radiant force that no shadow can conquer. The flame grows stronger as it is passed from one person to another. You see that hope is not a solitary journey but a collective one. The darkness, which once seemed insurmountable, is now no match for the unified strength of those who have embraced the light. But even as the flame spreads, there are those who are reluctant to believe. They cannot see the light. They are trapped in their own fears and doubts, convinced that the world is beyond repair. They remain hidden in the shadows, refusing to join the growing circle of light. You approach one of these individuals. You see the sorrow in their eyes, the weight of their burdens, and you understand their reluctance. It is difficult to trust in something you cannot see, something that has eluded you for so long. But you know that the flame does not need to be seen to be felt. It does not need to be understood to be real. You offer the flame gently, with no words, no expectations, just a quiet, unspoken invitation. It takes time, but slowly, they begin to reach out. At first, just a tentative touch, but then, with more certainty, they accept the flame. It warms them, even if they don't fully understand it. Slowly, their eyes begin to brighten, and the darkness within them begins to recede. The flame has done its work. In the same way, others begin to join the circle, not because they see the flame, but because they feel its warmth. And as more people join, the darkness around the world diminishes. The circle of light spreads farther and farther, until it becomes a beacon that guides all who are lost, all who need hope. Years pass, and the world continues to transform. The eternal night has lifted, but new challenges arise. With every dawn, there are fresh trials to face, new obstacles to overcome. But through it all, the flame remains steady. You have learned that the light is not something that can be taken for granted. It requires care, attention, and vigilance. Just as the flame needs oxygen to burn, it needs the strength of community, the will of those who carry it, to keep it alive. There will always be those who wish to extinguish it, those who want to see the world return to the darkness. But you now know that hope cannot be destroyed. Even in the face of adversity, even when the light seems dim, there is always a way to rekindle it. The flame of hope lives not in the world outside, but in the hearts of those who dare to believe. And so, you continue, knowing that the journey is never truly finished. There will always be more to learn, more to share, and more to overcome. But with the flame of hope guiding you, you know that no matter what comes, you will always find your way. The circle of light has grown into a great flame, stretching across the world, touching every corner, illuminating every shadow. The eternal night is no more, and the world is bathed in the light of hope. But the journey is far from over. It never truly ends. The flame of hope is not a destination, it is a path, a journey that continues to unfold, ever bright, ever strong. You know now that this flame will never cease. As long as there are hearts that seek it, as long as there are souls in need of light, the flame will continue to burn. You walk forward, not knowing exactly where the path will lead, but knowing that the light will always be there to guide you. And as you walk, you pass the flame on to others, knowing that your journey has already touched countless lives, and that the flame will continue to spread. The world may change, new challenges may arise, but the flame of hope, once kindled, will always burn. It is the light within every heart, the warmth in every soul, and the promise that no matter how dark the night may seem, the dawn will always come. And so, your journey continues, as part of a larger story, a story of light, hope, and the endless pursuit of a brighter tomorrow. As the sun rises higher, casting its warm glow across the land, you realize that the true power of the flame lies not in its brightness, but in the hearts of those who carry it. The flame of hope is eternal, and it will never go out, as long as there are those who believe. You smile, knowing that no matter where the journey takes you next, you will always carry the flame of hope within you, and that light will guide you, always. As the circle of light grows ever wider, a new sense of responsibility begins to take root within you. You realize that the flame is not just something to be carried, it is something that must be protected. The flame, in its brilliance, has become a symbol, a beacon for those still lost in the darkness. It cannot be allowed to fade. It cannot be extinguished by those who fear it or by the shadows that linger. And so, you find yourself joining with others who feel the same calling. Together, you form a group, a collective force, devoted not only to nurturing the flame but to ensuring its safety. These are the guardians of the flame, those who have sworn to protect the light from the forces that would see it extinguished. There are many who still wish to return to the comfort of darkness, to the familiar shadows that do not demand change, that do not challenge the status quo. They resist the light, fearing the unknown that comes with it. The guardians know that they must stand against this resistance, for the flame is not just a symbol of hope, it is the key to a new world, one built on unity, love, and understanding. The guardians do not fight with swords or shields, they fight with their hearts, with their belief in the power of the flame. They are the ones who remind the world of what is possible when the light is embraced. They are the ones who keep the flame alive when the night feels its darkest. Over time, the world begins to transform. Once dying cities bloom with life, barren lands are restored to fertility, hearts that had long been hardened by pain and sorrow begin to open once more. The flame of hope is not just a flicker, it is a fire that spreads across the entire earth, touching every corner, bringing renewal, and healing old wounds. The great forests, once shrouded in darkness, now thrive with vibrant energy. Rivers that had run dry are once again full of life, their waters shimmering with the reflections of the sun. The mountains that stood as silent sentinels over the land now seem to hum with the energy of the earth itself. Everywhere, you see the signs of rebirth. But it is not just the physical world that has been restored. The hearts of people, too, have been healed. Divisions that once tore societies apart are mended by the common thread of hope. Where once there was fear, there is now understanding. Where there was hatred, there is love. The flame has done more than illuminate the world, it has awakened something deep within the hearts of all who have embraced it. You look upon the world, and you see not a place of darkness, but a world of infinite possibility. A world where the light of hope will continue to shine for generations to come. As the years pass, the world changes, as it always does. But the flame of hope endures, passed down from one generation to the next. The guardians grow old, their task fulfilled, but they know that the flame is not theirs alone. It is a gift, a legacy, and it will live on as long as there are those who believe in it. New guardians rise to take their place, young and full of energy, ready to carry the light into the future. And though the world may face new challenges, new trials, the flame will never falter. It will always burn bright, lighting the way for those who are lost, for those who seek hope, for those who believe in the possibility of a better tomorrow. The circle grows wider, and the flame grows brighter, until there is no corner of the world untouched by its light. The eternal night has become a distant memory, a shadow that fades away as the light continues to spread. The flame is not a final destination, it is a journey that never ends, a cycle that continues to repeat, ever bright, ever strong. The world is a different place now, a place where light and darkness are no longer opposites, but two parts of a whole. The light of hope does not erase the shadows, it coexists with them, making them more meaningful, more beautiful in their contrast. For the light only shines brightest against the dark, and it is through the shadows that the true brilliance of hope is revealed. In the years to come, you will see new generations of light bearers, each one carrying the flame in their own way, shaping the world in their image. And though the journey will continue, and the flame may flicker at times, it will never go out. The flame is eternal, because hope is eternal. As you stand on the edge of this new world, the flame still warm in your heart, you know that this is not the end of the journey. It is only the beginning. There will always be new horizons to reach, new paths to walk, and new lives to touch. The flame of hope will continue to guide you, no matter where your journey leads. And so, you walk forward, into the future, knowing that no matter how long the night may be, the dawn will always come. For you are a bearer of the flame, and that flame will never die. In the years that follow, the flame continues to grow brighter. It no longer belongs to one person or even one generation. It is a shared light, carried by all, from the youngest child to the oldest sage. As the flame passes from hand to hand, it becomes something more than just a symbol of hope, it becomes the very heartbeat of the world. You have traveled far and seen much in your journey, but one truth becomes increasingly clear: the flame is not just a gift, it is a responsibility. The greater the light, the darker the shadows it must face. And as the world becomes more united in the pursuit of peace, new challenges begin to emerge. But now, you understand that darkness is not an enemy to be defeated. It is a part of the world, a force that teaches the value of the light. Without the darkness, the flame would not shine. Without night, there would be no dawn. The harmony between light and dark is what sustains the world, what keeps the flame burning through the ages. You realize now that the flame is a part of you, as much a part of the world as the air you breathe. It is no longer something you carry, it is something that lives within you, and within all those who have embraced it. The world is a vast and diverse place, full of different cultures, beliefs, and ways of life. But the flame of hope has bridged these differences. It has shown people that, despite their unique paths, they are all part of the same journey. No matter where you come from, no matter who you are, the flame of hope unites you. One by one, the divisions that once seemed insurmountable begin to fall away. Where there was once war, there is now peace. Where there was once hatred, there is now understanding. The flame spreads not through force, but through love, through compassion, and through the shared belief in something greater than oneself. You stand at the heart of this unity, surrounded by people from all walks of life. Each person brings their own unique story, their own unique light, and together, you form a brilliant tapestry of hope. The world no longer feels like a collection of isolated lands and peoples, it feels like a single, united whole. The flame has done what no army or king could ever do. It has healed wounds, it has broken barriers, and it has united the world under a single banner, the banner of hope. As the years pass, the changes become more profound. What was once a world of division is now a world of peace. People have come together to build not just a better world, but a world that is connected on a deeper level. The flame has sparked not just a revolution, but a true awakening, a realization that the world is bound by more than just physical borders. It is bound by the shared light within all of us. A new era begins, one in which every person is valued, in which every voice is heard. The flame of hope has created a new foundation, a foundation built on compassion, kindness, and the belief that we are all part of something greater. In this new world, the flame continues to burn brightly. It is not something that can be extinguished. It is not something that can be taken away. It is woven into the fabric of reality itself, part of the air, part of the earth, part of every soul. You have walked this path, you have carried the flame, and now, you see its true power. It was never just about lighting the way for yourself. It was about lighting the way for others, about showing them that the world can be better, that it can be brighter. As time continues, the flame is passed down through the generations. The world is a different place, yet it is the same. The cycle continues, as it always has, but now there is a new certainty. The light will never fade. It is not just the light of the world, but the light of the heart. It is eternal, because it lives within every person who has ever believed in it. The flame becomes a tradition, a legacy passed down from parent to child, from mentor to pupil. It is the guiding force that keeps the world moving forward. And as each generation takes up the flame, they do so with the knowledge that they are part of something much larger than themselves. You realize that your journey, though long, was just one part of the endless cycle of light. As you pass the flame to those who come after you, you know that it will continue to burn, brighter and stronger than ever before. For the flame is eternal. And so, you find peace in knowing that the light will always guide you, no matter where you are, no matter how far you travel. It will always be there, just as it has always been. And as you walk away from the world you help to transform, you feel a deep sense of gratitude. You are just one part of the vast, eternal journey of light. As centuries pass, the flame of hope does not diminish. It transcends time, carrying with it the legacy of those who once believed in its power. In the hearts of every individual who has touched the flame, the world continues to change. It is no longer a world defined by fear, scarcity, or division, but by the endless pursuit of unity, compassion, and light. The flame, now a symbol of the human spirit itself, has become something more profound and enduring force, pulsing in rhythm with the heartbeat of the world. Each new generation feels its call, and each time they take the flame into their hands, it burns brighter, its light more radiant than ever before. The flame has not just illuminated the world, it has infused it with vitality and purpose. And yet, even in this eternal light, there is still the understanding that darkness will come. It is not to be feared, but respected. For darkness, too, has its place in the cycle. It is in the contrast between light and shadow that true understanding is born. Without darkness, there would be no appreciation for the light. And so, the guardians of the flame are ever watchful, ensuring that balance is maintained, for light and darkness must coexist, each serving the other in the great dance of the universe. As the flame continues to burn, it spreads beyond the confines of the earth. Through the efforts of those who carry its spark, it reaches across the stars, to distant lands and unknown realms. The flame has become a force that transcends the boundaries of planet and space, lighting up the vast expanse of the universe. It is no longer just a terrestrial fire, it is a cosmic force, guiding civilizations across galaxies toward peace, unity, and shared understanding. The flame has touched the hearts of beings from all walks of life, from distant planets to far-flung stars. Each one, in their own way, has embraced its light, making it their own, shaping their worlds with its warmth. And with each new world that is touched by the flame, the universe grows a little brighter, a little more united. The flame, born of hope and determination, has woven a web of connection, linking beings across the universe in an unbreakable bond of shared light. The legacy of those who once carried it has expanded beyond the limits of their world, becoming something that will live on forever. As the eons unfold, the truth becomes clear. The flame is not a fleeting moment of light, it is a constant presence, ever burning, ever evolving. It is the very essence of life itself, a force that connects all things. Time itself bends around the flame, for it has no beginning and no end. It is both ancient and timeless, a force that has always existed and will always be. The light that was once a simple spark has become the cornerstone of existence. Every being, every thought, every dream is shaped by it, touched by its warmth. It is the guiding force behind creation itself, the inspiration that moves the stars, the catalyst for life to grow and flourish. Without it, there would be nothing. It is the breath of life, the energy that pulses through the cosmos. In the infinite cycle of existence, the flame remains the one constant. It cannot be destroyed, for it is not a physical object, it is a force of nature, as essential as the wind, the sun, the stars themselves. The flame is the heart of the universe, and it beats in time with the very rhythm of life. As all things must, the flame returns to its source. It begins as a tiny spark, growing in the hearts of all who have ever carried it. And as it returns to the cosmic well from which it was born, it becomes one with the infinite, flowing through the veins of the universe. This return is not an end, but a beginning. The flame has touched countless lives, shaped countless worlds, and now it merges with the cosmos, creating new cycles, new stories, new possibilities. From this return, new sparks are born, each one carrying the light forward into eternity. The flame is eternal as the universe itself. It is the foundation of all things, the source of life, and the reason for everything that exists. No matter where you go, no matter how far you travel, the flame will always be there, quietly burning in the hearts of all who believe in its power. The journey of hope is endless, for hope itself is infinite. As long as there are those who believe, as long as there are hearts that seek the light, the flame will burn. It will never fade, for it is the very essence of the universe, always growing, always evolving, always giving. The legacy of those who carried the flame is passed down through the generations, from one heart to the next, from one world to another. The flame of hope will continue to light the way, for as long as there are stars in the sky, as long as there are souls that seek the light, the flame will burn. And so, the journey continues. The flame is carried forward by those who dare to believe, and it will never be extinguished. For the flame of hope is eternal, and as long as it burns, the world will always be filled with light. As the universe expands, there is a deepening understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. The flame of hope, once thought to be a mere light in the darkness, is revealed to be the very essence of harmony. It is the force that binds all life, all beings, across time and space. Each flicker of the flame represents the balance of all things, the dance of creation and destruction, light and dark, joy and sorrow. The beings who carry the flame come to understand that it is not a force that can be wielded for personal gain, but a force that must be shared, nurtured, and respected. Each person, each civilization, is a reflection of the flame itself, and as they work together, the universe sings in perfect harmony. The flame burns not for one, but for all its light illuminating the way for everyone, every being, every world. In this age of great harmony, the flame no longer needs to be guarded, for it is everywhere. It exists in the stars above, in the air we breathe, in the hearts of every creature. It is not just a source of light, but a way of life, a way of being, of thinking, and of understanding the world around us. The guardians of the flame are no longer individuals or groups, they are the collective consciousness of all those who have ever carried the light. They are the embodiment of the flame itself, a vast and ever-growing entity that transcends the boundaries of time, space, and existence. These guardians are not seen, for they exist beyond the physical realm. They are felt, in every moment of kindness, every act of compassion, every spark of hope that ignites in the heart of another. They watch over the universe, not as rulers, but as protectors of the balance. They ensure that the flame continues to burn brightly, guiding the worlds of existence with wisdom and understanding. There is no need for intervention, for the flame has become self-sustaining. It is the heart of the universe, beating in sync with the infinite cycle of life. As the flame continues to burn across the universe, it touches new worlds, new dimensions, new realities. Each place it reaches is changed forever, its inhabitants forever altered by the light it brings. The spark of hope is the catalyst for new beginnings, for each new world touched by the flame is one that now has the opportunity to grow, to heal, to evolve. In these new worlds, the inhabitants do not yet know the flame as those before them have. They live in darkness, in uncertainty, unaware of the light that will soon guide them. But in time, they will find it, this eternal flame that burns in every heart, in every corner of the cosmos. They will carry the flame forward, just as those who came before them have, and in doing so, they will become part of the endless cycle of hope. And so, the spark is passed once again, from one world to the next, from one life to another. The cycle of the flame is unbroken, for hope never dies. It is a force that moves through the universe, from the smallest spark to the largest star, lighting the way for all who are ready to see. Through the ages, the truth becomes clear to all who seek it. Hope is not a singular event, nor a momentary burst of light. It is the very fabric of existence itself. Hope is the reason for all creation, the energy that flows through every atom, every thought, every dream. It is the force that makes all things possible, the invisible thread that weaves through the universe, binding everything together in a tapestry of light and shadow. The flame is not something that can be held or contained, it is the energy that moves through all things, the pulse of life itself. It is the reason why, even in the darkest times, there is always the potential for light. It is the reason why, no matter how far one may fall, there is always the possibility of rising again. Hope is eternal. It is not bound by time, space, or death. It is the heart of the universe, and as long as there is life, there will be hope. The flame will always burn, and with it, the promise of a better tomorrow. As the story draws to a close, there is no true ending, for the journey of hope is never complete. Each story is part of a much larger tapestry, a never-ending cycle of light and shadow, life and death, beginnings and endings. The flame will continue to burn, and with it, the journey will continue. As each generation passes, they leave behind their own stories, their own light, and as new generations rise, they carry the flame forward. Each new life is a continuation of the eternal cycle, a new chapter in the infinite story of hope. The end of one journey is simply the beginning of another, for hope is a force that transcends the limits of time. It is a journey that is never finished, never complete, for as long as there are those who believe, the flame will burn. And so, the flame continues, burning brightly in the hearts of all beings, in every world, in every universe. The light shines forever, a symbol of the eternal promise that no matter how dark the night, there will always be a dawn. The flame of hope is eternal, unbreakable, and infinite. It is a gift to the universe, a gift to all life, a gift that will never be extinguished. As long as there are hearts that believe, as long as there are those who seek the light, the flame will burn. And so, the journey of hope continues, unbroken, eternal, and infinite. The flame has been passed across worlds, generations, and realms. But now it takes root in something new, an idea, a dream, a seed planted in the hearts of all who still walk the path of hope. It is no longer simply a symbol or a fire to be tended. It is now part of the very fabric of existence, quietly shaping the future in ways seen and unseen. In every heartbeat, the spark lives on. In every choice made, in every hand extended in kindness, the flame grows, reaching toward new horizons. It is not just a story told around the fire, it is the pulse of creation itself. Every act of love, of understanding, of patience, adds fuel to this eternal flame, and as it grows, so too does the potential of all who carry it. The universe has changed, but it has also remained the same. Time has continued its ceaseless march, and yet, in the hearts of those who choose to carry the flame, there is still the sense of wonder, the sense that something greater is always on the horizon. The journey may be long, but every step is lit by the light of hope, and the world moves forward, step by step, toward the infinite. As the flame passes through time, it forms a circle. Not a closed circle, but one that is open, ever expanding. It is a circle of light, and within it, every soul that has ever embraced hope becomes a part of something much greater than themselves. Each life, a unique point of light, connects with every other. The shared experience of hope binds the universe together in ways unseen, in ways felt deeply, but often unspoken. The circle of light is not bound by the limits of time. It spans the ages, from the ancient past to the distant future. Each generation adds its own story, its own light to the circle, and with each addition, the circle becomes more luminous. Those who once walked the path of hope have left their mark, their light shining brighter for those who follow. And yet, the circle never ends. The light does not fade. It continues to grow, forever expanding, embracing all who choose to walk in its glow. No matter how far someone may wander, no matter how dark the world may seem, the circle of light is always there, waiting to welcome them home. In the vastness of the universe, amid the stars and endless void, there is a whisper. It is not a loud sound, not one that can be heard by the ears, but a quiet call that resonates deep within the heart. It is the call of hope, the gentle urging to continue, to move forward, to reach for something greater. It is a voice that speaks without words, a presence that cannot be seen, but is felt with every fiber of one's being. The whisper reminds all who hear it that they are not alone. That no matter the darkness they face, no matter the trials they endure, they are part of something far greater than themselves. The universe, in all its vastness, is filled with those who share in the flame of hope. And though they may be separated by time, space, and circumstance, they are always connected, always linked by the thread of light that binds them. The whisper encourages those who have lost their way to find their path again. It urges them to remember the flame, to seek the light that lies within. And for those who are already walking the path, it is a reminder that their journey is not in vain, that each step brings them closer to the ultimate. The truth that hope is eternal, and as long as it is embraced, there is no end to the journey. The flame, though it has burned for countless ages, does not grow weary. It has no need for rest, for it is not bound by time. It is an eternal presence, a force that transcends the physical, a symbol of everything that is pure and good in the universe. And yet, despite its eternal nature, it is also ever-changing, ever-evolving. It is reborn with every new day, with every new heart that embraces it. The flame's rebirth is not a grand spectacle. It is a quiet renewal, a soft glow that begins within, in the hearts of those who believe. Every act of kindness, every selfless gesture, every moment of hope adds to its light. It is a flame that is never extinguished, only reborn, over and over again. And in this rebirth, the flame does not burn alone. It is carried by all who are willing to nurture it, to keep it alive, to pass it on to others. It spreads, not by force, but by the simple act of sharing its warmth, of offering it to those who need it most. Each time the flame is shared, it grows stronger, more brilliant, more powerful. There is no final destination, no ultimate end. The journey of hope is an infinite horizon, stretching out into the unknown. It is a journey that will never cease, a road that always leads to new beginnings. There is always something more to discover, always something more to learn, always a new way for the flame to burn brighter. The universe is vast, and the possibilities are endless. As long as the flame burns, there is always the potential for a new tomorrow, a better future, a world where hope shines brighter than ever before. And with each new dawn, the horizon expands, offering new paths, new opportunities, and new adventures for those who dare to believe. And so, the journey continues, for hope is never truly finished. It is eternal, and with each new step, it is reborn, continuing to light the way, for every soul, for every star, for every corner of the universe. The infinite path is not one that can be seen with the eyes alone. It is a path that must be felt with the heart, with the spirit. It is a journey that stretches across all of time and space, forever reaching toward the unknown, forever seeking the light. The flame will continue to burn, and with it, the path will continue to unfold, endlessly. For hope is the journey, and the journey is eternal. In the quiet corners of the universe, there are places untouched by time, where ancient beings slumber in the embrace of eternal night. Their eyes have not opened in millennia, and their hearts have not beat in ages. Yet, the flame reaches them, traveling through the cosmos, unbound by space or time. One by one, the ancient beings stir, feeling the warmth of the flame creeping into the long-forgotten chambers of their souls. It is as if the light of hope has breathed life into the void, awakening what was once dormant. The flame does not demand anything of them. It does not ask for allegiance or devotion. It simply exists, offering its warmth, its light, its presence. And in the stillness, in the silence of their long sleep, the ancient beings feel a change within them. A stirring, a new beginning. They rise, not with the force of power or might, but with the gentle strength of a soul that has known the eternal truth that hope is a force that can awaken even the deepest slumber. Far from the heart of the known universe, in a place where the stars seem to bloom like flowers, there exists a Gardenia garden where light grows from the ground, and constellations take root in the soil. Here, the flame has found a home, spreading its roots deep into the cosmic soil. It is in this garden that the universe itself breathes. The stars themselves are not just lights in the sky but the glowing seeds of hope, each one a possibility, a potential, a future yet to be written. In the garden of stars, time does not exist in linear form. Instead, it swirls and dances, connecting every past, present, and future moment in one eternal now. Those who enter the garden find themselves surrounded by the soft glow of countless stars. Each one telling a different story, each one shining with its own kind of light. Here, the light of hope is not just a symbol, but a living, breathing force. Something that shapes and reshapes the very fabric of the universe. It is in this garden that the seeds of tomorrow are planted, nurtured, and allowed to grow, each moment a new beginning, a new possibility. As the flame continues to burn, it attracts not just those who seek hope, but also those who have pledged themselves to protect it. The guardians of the flame are beings who have dedicated their existence to ensuring that the flame never fades, that the light never goes out. They are not warriors of violence, but warriors of peace. Their strength lies not in their ability to fight, but in their unwavering commitment to uphold the flame's purity. They travel the universe, watching over the stars, ensuring that hope is never extinguished, that every flicker of light is carefully nurtured and guarded. The guardians are eternal, much like the flame itself. They are beings who have known the darkness, but have chosen to walk toward the light. They do not stand alone, for they are joined by all who share in the flame's warmth. Be every being, every soul. Who has ever chosen hope over despair, love over fear? In every corner of the universe, in every world and realm, there are those who are born with the flame of hope already within them. They are the children of hope, beings whose hearts are pure and whose spirits are bound to the light. These children carry the flame not in their hands, but in their hearts. It is these children who are the true inheritors of the flame. They are not bound by the constraints of time or space, for they are beings who understand that hope is the language of the soul, one that transcends all barriers. The children of hope are not always the ones who are seen or heard. They are often quiet, humble souls, living simple lives. Yet, in their hearts, the flame burns bright, and wherever they go, they leave behind a trail of light that guides others toward hope. They are the future, the ones who will continue the journey of hope for all the generations that follow. Their light will shine on long after the stars have faded, and their hearts will continue to carry the flame for eternity. All the souls who have ever embraced the flame, all the beings who have walked the path of hope, now find themselves gathered together. They are not bound by time or space, for they are all one in the light of the flame. The gathering of souls is a moment of unity, a coming together of all those who have ever believed in the power of hope. In this gathering, there is no division, no separation. There is only the light of hope that binds them all together. In this moment, the boundaries of time and space dissolve, and every soul, past, present, and future, is united in one eternal moment of peace. The gathering of souls is a place where all are equal, where all are connected by the thread of light that stretches across the universe. It is a place of ultimate understanding, where every soul is free to be who they truly are, without fear, without doubt. Here, there is only love, only hope, only the eternal flame that unites them all. And so, the flame continues to burn, lighting the way for all who choose to walk the path of hope. The universe is vast, and its mysteries are many, but as long as the flame burns, there will always be a way forward. The dawn will never fail to rise, for it is the light of hope that guides it. The everlasting dawn is not just a time, but a state of being, a place where hope exists in every moment, in every breath, in every star that shines. It is a dawn that never ends, a light that never fades. And as long as there are those who walk in the light, the journey will continue. There will always be new horizons to explore, new dreams to chase, new futures to create. The light will never go out. It will continue to burn, forever and always, lighting the way toward the infinite. The journey of hope does not end, for it is infinite. It is a circle that never closes, a light that never dies. Every soul that has ever carried the flame adds to its brightness, making it ever greater, ever stronger. The circle grows, never ending, forever expanding. Hope is eternal, and as long as the flame burns, there is always a way forward. The light of hope will continue to shine, guiding all who seek it, lighting the path for all who choose to walk in its glow. And so, the story continues forever, and always, into the future, into eternity. As the flame of hope burns brighter, its light begins to pierce the veil of forgotten realms. These are the places lost to time, where memories have faded and histories have been buried beneath the weight of the past. For eons, these lands have remained hidden, untouched, waiting for the right moment to awaken. Now, as the flame touches these ancient domains, the earth stirs. The forgotten realms slowly come back to life, their long-lost inhabitants feeling the warmth of the flame, awakening from their slumber. Forests, once withered and barren, begin to bloom again. Rivers that had dried up flow with crystal-clear waters, and the sky, once dim and gray, is bathed in brilliant light. The forgotten realms are not places of evil or darkness, but simply places that had lost their way. Now, with the touch of hope, they are reborn, restored to their original splendor. The flame brings not just light, but clarity, guiding these realms back to the path they were always meant to follow. The ancient beings who once ruled these lands look upon the flame with wonder, feeling its power stir within them. Their eyes, once clouded with doubt, now see the truth. The flame has returned, and with it, a new chapter of history. In the heart of the universe, there exists a melody, an eternal song that has always resonated through the cosmos. This song is the heartbeat of existence itself, the rhythm that sustains all life, all hope. For a time, the song was silent, its notes lost in the vastness of the void. But now, with the light of hope spreading throughout the universe, the song begins to play once more. The first notes are faint, like a whisper on the wind, but they grow louder, stronger, more powerful. It is a melody that echoes in the hearts of all living beings, a song that connects them all, a reminder that they are part of something greater. As the song spreads, it reaches even the farthest corners of the universe, touching every soul, every being, every star. The song is not just a sound, it is a force, a presence, a reminder that hope is not only something to be believed in but something to be lived and felt. Those who hear the song find themselves moved, inspired, their hearts filled with a sense of unity, of belonging. The eternal song is a symphony of hope, a celebration of life, and a promise that no matter how dark the night may be, the melody will continue to play. As the flame of hope continues to grow, the paths of all who are touched by it begin to converge. The lives of individuals, families, and civilizations intertwine, each person following their own journey, yet all moving toward a common purpose. It is as if the universe itself is guiding them toward a shared destiny. The convergence of paths is not a forceful event. It is subtle, like the currents of a river gently guiding the boats of those who have set sail. Each individual may not fully understand the path they are on, but they can feel it, the pull of something greater than themselves. As the paths converge, new alliances are formed, new relationships are built, and old wounds are healed. The struggles that once seemed insurmountable now appear more manageable, for there is strength in unity, and in the knowledge that no one is truly alone. Those who were once divided by borders, by hatred, or by fear now find themselves working together, drawn by the light of the flame. It is a time of great change, but it is also a time of great potential. The convergence of paths is the beginning of a new era, one where hope and unity will shape the future. With each passing day, the light of hope continues to grow, and the darkness that once seemed so overwhelming begins to fade. The universe, which was once caught in a never-ending struggle between light and dark, now begins to find balance. The dawn that rises is not a single moment, but a series of moments, each one a step toward a brighter future. The new dawn is a time of renewal. It is a time when all that was once broken can be mended, when all that was lost can be found. The new dawn brings with it a sense of possibility, a sense that anything can be achieved, that any dream can be realized, as long as hope continues to burn brightly. In this new era, the sky is clearer, the air is fresher, and the hearts of all beings are open. The new dawn is not just the arrival of light, but the birth of a new way of living where hope is the guiding force, and love is the foundation. The new dawn does not belong to any one person or any one race, it belongs to all who have chosen hope, to all who have embraced the flame. And with each new day, the light grows stronger, the flame burns brighter, and the universe continues to evolve. And so, the journey continues. The flame of hope does not rest. It continues to burn, lighting the way for all who choose to follow it. For as long as the flame remains, there will always be a journey to be taken, a path to follow, a new horizon to explore. The endless journey is not a destination. It is the journey itself that matters, the moments along the way, the connections made, the lives touched. It is a journey that spans not just across time and space, but through the hearts and souls of all who walk it. No one knows exactly where the journey will lead, for the path is ever changing, always unfolding in new and unexpected ways. But one thing is certain: as long as hope remains, the journey will never end. The flame will continue to guide the way, lighting the path for all who are willing to walk in its glow. And so, the journey continues, forever and always, into the infinite future, into eternity. That's the end of today's story. See you.